Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Monday night on BMBBH. This is Kev, and please hit the like. Likes are for free. It's for the algorithm, and it'll help this mother sucking YouTube channel get out there. But of course, if it's your first time being here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button that is below your screen, whether you're watching from your cell phone or watching from your computer. If you're watching from your PlayStation, of course, you would probably have to get on your cell phone or your computer or something like that. But, that's neither here nor there. I don't know where you're watching from, but as long as you're watching, it is much appreciated. Uh, and you know what? Like, I like to start off broadcasts like this. Like, let me throw some disclaimers out here. First of all, I really wasn't gonna do this. I thought this was just gonna kind of fizzle up and go away, but it hasn't. This is a talked about topic within this space called the Black Manosphere, and in other places that's on the fringe of this space and outside of this space. So, um, far be it from me to not give my little weigh in on this. Number two, let me tell some of you out there something because I'm already hearing murmurs of, people that are saying stuff like, oh, black men are mad at Lori Harvey. Ain't nobody fucking mad at Lori Harvey for breaking up with Michael B. Jordan. I mean, shit, like everybody's always looking to capitalize on some black man hate. And I guess that's good for some of you guys, but I mean, it's never going to be any good with me. And because I could give a rat's ass, personally, but I got a few things to say about this, and then I'm gonna carry on my merry way as usual and enjoy the rest of my week. But yeah, like look, guys. How long did you guys actually expect this one to last based on this woman's previous track record? I mean, just it Michael B. Jordan, is as good a guy that he portrays himself to be in the public eye, because you never know what a person is really like. And I'm always on a successful black man side. I'm one of those guys that want to see black people win, and I want to see black men win especially. But it, it, Michael B. Jordan forgot this one simple rule that we've been going by for decades, and it's this rule right here: you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. Now, is that to say that Lori Harvey is the spoken of hoe? Now, I mean, I could be totally wrong. I mean, but the record kind of speaks for itself. But just because she has dated quite a few men does not make her a 304. Just because she's dated quite a few men. I might be wrong in my assessment of her being a 304, because I mean it's 2022. We're trying to stick these older world values on these 2022 modern day females, and that's something that might not make much sense to do. But anyway, let me get some shout outs in the chat before we get this underway. And I might open up the panel pretty quickly on this one. So there were some before I went on the air. I'm not really sure if they're here right now, but I'm sure they'll return for this one. We had my brother RPM in here. What's going on? I'm listening. Peace, brother. Yourself. Judge Dre. This is going to be good. Hit the like button on your way in. Yep, because I just said that. Likes are for free, and they're for the algorithm. But of course, I do have my Cash App scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and the super chat is active. Also, mod wrenches are active as well. So, if you come in here like the people who usually watch this program, and just be a little respectful, and let's give some intelligent dialogue as you always do. And I got faith in you guys. All right, we got KTL 211 said, I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did. This was doomed to fail from the jump. I mean, shoot, I'm right there with you. Viscount Crypto 76 uh, saying LLTHLS, which means long live the habitual line steppers. Long live. Destro 0861, what's going on? Shoot, hybrid catastrophic impact X80 third power, what's going on? Then we got more and more returns. $10 says Lori either goes back to Future or a guy very similar to him. Man, I think Future already released a statement said I don't want her back. I mean, I just saw something. That said that Future might have said something. But if I happen to come across that, then I will show you guys. Michael B. Jordan is a low key need. I think you meant nerd, low key nerd who loves anime. He isn't Lori's type at all. We got the Roger report. Salute. Long live the habitual line steppers. The most important statement that you can make in this space. if you don't believe it, believe it. Shoot, my habitual line stepper brothers down there. Soul Provider reacts, man. What's going on? Good to see you. The Southeast Dusty, what's going on? And he asked a question that Michael B. Jordan is probably asking right now. Shoot. Uh, Said hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power is dude got to stop wiping up 304s. Observe the red flags. Or I don't know. Let me correct you. Dudes got to stop trying to wipe up 304s. Shoot. Yeah, I'm listening. Giving Roger a compliment on his show this morning. I caught some of it, man. It seemed like it was a very good loaded panel, this morning. So, yeah. Shoot. Mo returns. Lori is probably the last Keisha Michael will ever be taken seriously. Another L for B Dubs who had a chance at a good black man and a family. Yeah. Hey, let me tell y'all something, guys. We just got through saying, we gotta stop trying to stick this traditional stuff on these modern day women. Now, my MBJ might have thought that he was the exception. And many might have perceived him as a perception. He's a successful young black man. He's nearing 40. He's 30, I think what he says, 35 years old. But even at that age, the sky is still the limit for him, and just reasonable looking. I'm not really into saying that guys look good, just based on my own heterosexuality. But gotta call a spade a spade. Guys in tremendous shape. He got lots of money. He has a very successful acting career that is seem like is still just on the uptick. It's still ascending. And the other side of this, Lori Harvey, 25 years old. You know, and I saw this TikTok video earlier talking about that. Lori Harvey, she's a bad bitch, and she didn't, she didn't want to, she didn't want her freedom taken. She didn't want to settle down like most women around that age. They didn't want to. They want to explore their options. They want to see if they can get the very best guy they can get, and some end up actually succeeding, others end up crashing and burning. So, I'll just say two things about that. Number one, she might have just ended up Tracy Ellis Rossing herself, you know, and if any of y'all can remember what I have said in the past about, women who don't want the quote unquote good guy versus wanting the pookie type or whatever, I've always pretty much stated that you should, if you ever lost a girl like a Lori Harvey or some kind of average 304, you should be thanking Pookie for that. You know, MBJ could have been on his way to becoming Will Smith 2.0. So I mean, trying to like, I mean, I'm just seeing all kinds of stuff about this, trying to get her to basically commit, by buying a. They say he just bought a $12 million home. Rumor had it that he was gonna ask her to marry, and she didn't want that. I mean, but you are, and people have been throwing this out about Lori Harvey, and this is not an attempt to shame her in any way, because I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. I don't give a damn about SBE. I don't care. I think this is something that's trendy with some of the younger guys, and it might just be low key saying I'm a male feminist. I mean, people who use SBE, I'm not criticizing all of you. I think I have an understanding what it is, but a lot of those guys that use that term SBE is just using it as an excuse. But at the same time, uh, Lori Harvey is a 25-year-old. I mean, 25 years old ain't too far from 18. And with someone who has the sensual potency of a Lori Harvey, I mean, she is far as fuck from settling down. I mean, I gotta say it. I gotta say it like that. She is far, far, far away from settling down. And I don't believe that MBJ is going to be her last boyfriend. I mean, if you believe that MBJ is going to be her last boyfriend, you are a fucking fool. There's dudes lining up around the corner just to get a shot at that right now. I mean, she might get that little tissue, that little Kleenex. Oh my god! Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh my god! I was just in a relationship. I thought it could work, but I just didn't want. She, it's probably some ex boyfriends, some potential boyfriends, some Chads, some Tyrones. The shoot that's all hitting her up in her DMs right now. Let's go out for a date. I know this exquisite place off this island or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Michael Dyson, what's going on? Michael Dyson says it was just a publicity stunt. Michael strictly dips in the snow. Yeah, I mean, I think I saw someone say something like that to that effect, saying that he used Lori to kind of appeal to B Dubs just because of the whole incident where he had the party in Paris and two spiteful B Dubs tried to get in, and they said it was they tried to say it was for white girls only, and and thus being accompanied by pictures with him on a jet ski with a white female. And uh, we, as a people, we have a tendency to jump to conclusions. I mean, MBJ is a what do y'all like to call like this term y'all keep throwing around here? A high value man. And I mean, like, I may be wrong about how that word is defined or what are the statutes and the tenets of being a high value man, but it seems to me that MBJ fits that. And with that, he's going to have options. He's going to have plenty of options. And the fact of the matter is, he tried to actually settle down from those options just to get himself a B dub. And now you got B Dubs all over the internet. Oh, I wouldn't have married him. You go, girl. Saying all kinds of shit. Like they wouldn't give MBJ a chance. Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But anyway, Anthony Drosos, what's going on? He say, "Evening, Kev. They make a cute couple, but the hive mind constantly whispering in her ear like dark midichlorians." Soul provider say that high value man shit needs to die. Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, that's the legacy that Kevin Samuels left behind. So I believe it's here for a minute. And there's going to be people who have a lot to say about that. But it's you may be correct. I mean, we probably just need to get back to being our regular selves. And hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd Power says B Dubs were the ones complaining that MBJ wasn't dating sisters. Man, when they found out that he was dating Lori Harvey, they was like, "Oh, Lori Harvey, oh, you go, girl, you was able to pull him back in." I mean, it was plenty of sentiment going around like that. Maury Mo returns. He disagrees with Michael Dyson's assessment. I'm sure that's not your real name. That might be just a spin on Michael Eric Dyson, but it's like that's a heck of a guy to choose. He said it wasn't a publicity stunt. He always wanted a black woman, but they always saw him as lame. Then he dated other races, and he got with Laura because she seemed to be done being a Keisha. Shoot, I don't know. I mean, you gotta she went from son to father with Diddy and his son. So I don't know. Is I would have to say that she's trying to maybe uh I don't, she's around famous people. She's part of a class of people that are the exception to many rules. So that that could go in any direction as far as she is. Like I said earlier, she has sensual potency. I don't believe that she is your average Keisha, so to speak. I believe she has probably an aura that if she gets around any of you guys, not me, of course, because I'm married, you know. But she gets around any of you guys, and y'all probably just, I don't know, you probably don't even know what the fuck would happen. Like, goddamn, Oh, okay. Sun is hot, raw. What's going on? Thank you for the super chat. Uh, he says, now I don't want to hear none of these bitter black broads complain if MBJ goes SYSBM and explore his options because he gave y'all a chance and y'all threw it back in his face. Uh, well, you probably gonna, as as much as you express that sentiment, you probably gonna hear that complaint anyway. I mean, especially if he like just imagine if MBJ goes out there and gets himself like a white woman or even a Latino or an Asian, they're gonna sit the first thing they're gonna say is, oh, you couldn't handle no sister, you couldn't handle no black woman. They'll say that in a minute, and then they'll exalt Lori Harvey as that example. So please understand that. Indigenous TV, what's going on? He said now the SBE dudes claim victory for this relationship, but when it ended suddenly, they wanted to run from the L. No, they gotta hold the L, Kev. Yeah. I mean, let me tell y'all something. This is just from my perspective. I don't see anyone's relationship, anyone hooking up, as a W for me. I mean, I would like to believe that it's a W for anyone who attains that relationship. But I mean, if the quote unquote SBE twos saw that as a victory for themselves. That is quite cringy. I mean, I would say, uh, but it depends on what hill you want to die on at the end of the day. Hybrid ninjas. He said, B Dubs acting like they own y'all and tell you who you can date. Not MBJ, because they said that he's already been spotted with a with a snow bunny that well, these are just rumors, and rumors are a dime a fucking dozen. I mean, there's plenty of rumors right now. Like Lori Harvey has erased all traces of MBJ from her social media. Uh, Yeah, just all kinds of stuff floating around. But they said that he was seen with a Kardashian like female. That's what they're saying. You know, but Soul Provider said he probably has common sense. He can date black or non-black women. Yeah, correct, correct. Southpaw 2K1. If MBJ marries a Becky or Maria or a Keiko or a Nandita, the B Dubs can't get mad and say MBJ did give his sister a chance. Man, look, these sisters gonna get mad if they want to get mad. I mean, I mean, look, due to me being on social media, and this should be with any of you by now, you already know that the sisters will find a way, and that is unavoidable at this point. Hybrid ninjas, what's going on? Yeah, good to see all of y'all in the chat. Mo Mori says he wanted to make a family with a black woman from day one. They've been difficult to him since day one. Yeah, I mean, is this whole lame thing, just because you're a level-headed guy, it seems to be on your shit, and you keep yourself out of trouble and out of the controversial spotlight. You're a lame if you're not a multiple time baby daddy, if you're not some ex criminal, you're a fucking lame. And this is one of the things that I would love to be able to change if I am any kind of influencer on social media. I don't like this whole lame thing. I don't. I don't like a level headed black guy who has his shit together to be called a lame. I just don't like it. I think it's dumb as shit. I think it's dumb as shit. And I think it makes us as a people look dumb as shit. But, of course, I'm on record of saying in the past that I don't like 95% of you motherfuckers. Not you guys, particularly in the chat and watch. Maybe a couple of you watching in the clouds. I don't know, but it's just that it's because of things like calling dudes who got their shit together, who have no criminal past, who don't have all these baby mamas out here, all these kids they're not taking care of. You know, uh, just can't get their minds past the 13th grade. I mean, you call guys like that lame. I mean, shit has caused this thought process within me, and I take full responsibility for it. I take accountability, something that a lot of us aren't good with. But uh Indigenous TV says she's Brad bound, and who gives a flunk. Interesting choice of word there. She's several tiers below Chloe Bailey with 10 times the mileage. chloe Chloe is younger and has that looks like a peach, so I'm gonna assume that that means ass. Yeah, Chloe Bailey. Yeah, she on them pookies too though. I don't know, Chloe Bailey. She's still very young though. I mean, but she's didn't Chloe Bailey date Future? I mean, I think that she had a brief stint with Future. I really think she did. So I mean, she on her way. She on her way, but like, yeah, I feel kind of old talking about Chloe Bailey. I mean, shit, it seemed like she was just a kid yesterday. But call a spade a spade. Hey, you know. Let's see. Mo Moore returns said, and wow, she did delete him from her Instagram. Meanwhile, she is still on his. There ain't no pictures of him on her Instagram at all anymore. Oh, man. Oh, man. Come on, brother. Come on. That man said, I don't like 195% of black people. Care. Yeah, I mean, due to some of the behaviors on display, I can't blame you for, how you feel, brother. I mean, it's just, it, it is what it is. It is because, we, as a people, we welcome degenerate behavior. It's that simple. It's like you were trying to explain that to me last night, and I was pushing back a little bit, but at the end of the day, I understand what the truth is. It's like once you are part of a group of people who consider any kind of good behavior lame, and it's really for some dumbass reasons that is far beyond the understanding of anyone that has common sense, you start to believe and think that way. But somehow, some kind of way, they will blame people like myself and you, indigenous TV. They will. But but guys, please understand this. Lori Harvey is far from done. She's 25 years old. I mean, she probably will she probably will be Brad bound. She probably will be shoot oh shoot anybody bound. But I mean it's all good, man. Shoot, she like it, I love it. I mean, like I said, and there's a lot of these old dudes, these wannabe alpha dudes already around here talking about, oh man, these dudes mad because Lori Harvey broke up with MBJ. These dudes that mad at Lori Harvey, they betas and all this other shit. I mean, the only beta is the guy that's saying this shit. Because here's one thing about us. Here's one thing about us as a group of men is like we're on that HNIC crap. So any way we can put a guy down like Michael B. Jordan, we will do it, and is sad to say the least because Hollywood motherfuckers are in their own group. But Son is Hot Raw says, oh, she'll want MBJ to put a ring on it right after she's futured up with Future's baby. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Dunbar's here. Dr. Dunbar says I'm a lame. No, you're not. I mean, I hope that was sarcasm. But yeah, but Dr. Dunbar, I consider you a success. So, with that that that's it. Soul Provider React says, as a nerd nigga, he's gonna find it hard that most nerd black chicks who are fine do not want nerd dudes like Michael. Hard reality. Ugh. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Uh, Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. He said, I was watching debate between Minister Jap and the real Dana, and Dana said that it's black man's fault for letting the white man oh God, that again. For letting the white man conquer. Oh, it's oh jeez, here they come. It's like and I know many of you have your feelings about the village arsonist, but he makes a lot of sense when he say this. It's like if B Dubs continuously say this and say that, then the question that has to be asked is why is it that y'all are not raising conquerors? That y'all are not raising these kings? That y'all are not raising these soldiers that are going to rise up one day and take what's rightfully ours? Like personally for people like the real Dana, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up. Like, damn, is like, look, if black men are conquered, there's one half of that that is not taking accountability for it, and the other half is has forced accountability in that. And I'm getting a little tired of the ones that not taking accountability running their fucking mouths. Like, you spit these guys out of your vagina, at least have the wherewithal to raise them to have some kind of goddamn sense. But that's a whole nother broadcast altogether. I'm making Ado's exception for Chloe Bailey. She's sexy as hell. Lori Harvey can't touch what Chloe got going on. Uh, yeah, Chloe in a few years, yeah, she gonna be blowing them all away. Hybrid Ninja say I like nerd B dubs. And Indigenous TV retorts, nerd B dubs like nerdy brads. Which oh, okay. And Indigenous TV said, don't get up, guys. I got this. Fuck the real Dana. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just like these social media influencers, like, and I mean, like, I can't say too much about it, but I mean, you use your influence thinking that you're going to escape accountability for the state of the quote unquote black community, and that is simply just not gonna happen. I mean, shit. And here's what I've always said, for the nerd ninjas and for the the guys who have their heads on straight, who are very intelligent. Shit, you B Dubs had first access to these guys, just like Michael B. Jordan. You had first access to him, just like guys like Donald Glover. You had first access to him, just like guys like Nate Parker. You've had first access. And what did you do? You let the dudes get away and go the fuck somewhere else. So shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta say. But the motherfuckers gonna keep running their mouths. So hey, you know what? I can keep saying what the fuck I want to say too. But let's see. Long Tong Son said most nerd B dubs are emoji. Sometimes I can't see the emoji from the screen yard side, but Soul Provider React seemed to agree with you. Uh, KTL211 says, I don't even know why black men waste their time debating these same talking points we've been talking about for decades as if anything is going to change. Sad but true. I mean, I have to say that, is it's here, but here's the thing that I want you guys to understand. A lot of these debates come to us. I mean, there's a lot of guys that go to those debates, and this is why, like, a lot of this reason is this is why I don't really jump on too many panels, because I do have a tendency to get somewhat triggered. And it's not like I'll make a fool of myself. I'm clear and concise when it comes to making my points, but I just don't like stupidity, and I'm not going to waste my time with stupidity and people who are being intellectually dishonest. And sometimes it's not even being intellectually dishonest; it's just being dishonest altogether. I mean, it just I don't allow myself to get sucked into that crap. So I mean, it's especially, like, that's why you'll never see me go on a panel and go back and forth with somebody like a Cynthia G or somebody like that, because it's no goddamn use. It really isn't. I mean, if look, I'm not gonna save a B dub from being stupid. I'm not gonna save a simp from being stupid. I mean, if they want to be stupid, that is very well their damn choice, and they can go to their graves with a stupid fucking damn brand across their butt cheeks, because I don't care. I don't fucking care. Shit. But hey, you know what though? I will sit up there and roast their archetypes because they're just they it's like they're fucking up the place and they don't want any accountability for that shit. Mo Moore return says most Keishas are bisexual. They're sleeping with women more than men. I mean, you know what though? A lot of these females in this space, they do rock like that, and they try to go under the guise of they're just these old strong, independent, B dub whammons types, and they don't want to say what they're really about. They try to project it like they love black men. They just want to see black men do better, and they're just here to sabotage the place because they really on that bullshit. Southeast Dusty said there's a blurred convention coming to DC. It's just a LGBTQ debauchery fest. Man, look, like I don't even read. Like I used to read comic books. I wasn't that heavy a reader of comic books, but like I do have a tendency to check out a lot of the stories on YouTube. A lot of that stuff a lot of those agendas that they are forcing into the comic books these days is just that in the way that they're destroying the legacy characters. I mean, has pushed me away completely. I mean, I'm not gonna read that shit, especially like with Marvel comics after Stan Lee died. I don't even like to count them anymore. Yeah. Indigenous TV said Kev, the SBE must end. On Rogers' panel earlier, the legendary Helmet himself, Mel, took a whole 5 minutes. SBE. Mel is one of the SBE forerunners from ARC's camp. By ARC, do you mean Alan Roger Curry? The manosphere. Yeah, that guy, Uh, Doberman. He said, I hate when black men say, why do you keep repeating the criticism? The behavior creates third world conditions for black people in a first world country. Homicides, poverty, disease, chaos. Yeah, there are some very tough conversations that do need to be had until basically the problem is solved. And if we don't discuss it, is like we've done a lot of years, and I have to say this, um, we've done a lot of years of turning our backs on these conversations, and look where it got us. Look where it got us. It's just that I'm not gonna debate stupid. I'm not gonna do it. I'm willing to have these conversations with people who are serious about the conversation. So, I mean, if that gives you any clear picture of uh is if it gives anybody a clear picture of what my perspective is. KTL211. Most women these days are alphabet, especially B dub. Most time I approach women in their 20s, they have tons of emotional baggage, generally hate men, and are rainbow. Hmm, interesting perspective. But, oh, rating woman, what's going on? Wait, why is she being referred to as a HOE? Hey, Kev, and everyone. I mean, I'm just gonna put it to you like this: it's like the old saying goes, "Can't turn a hoe into a housewife," and this is exactly what MBJ tried to do with a female that is pretty frivolous with her stuff. I'll say that much. And said Mo Mori returns said at the end of the day, Keisha's poor mating choices are having long last impacts on the community. Is deteriorating at an alarming rate. Is look, they can have all the mating choices that they want. The only thing that I'm saying is they need to learn how to raise them fuckers. Is well, I'm tired of people in the mainstream media always having material to report on at our expense, like, some old pookie shooting up a little girl's birthday party trying to get at somebody and hitting all the wrong targets. That kind of thing makes me sad. It does. And I truly do care about these things. And I'm not just virtue signaling and fake outraging. Those are the things that need to be discussed as far as, the negative impact. And I do agree with that. The negative impacts that this is having on our quote unquote community. And I do understand if a lot of people express the sentiment that they just like there is no community. There's just too much degenerate, foolish behavior out here for me to care. Fuck this, I'm out. I get it. I get it. But what about those who want to do something about it? What about them? What about what about people like what about people like me who, is like a lot of you guys don't have children. I have a child. I would love for her to grow up in some type of stable minded environment. But the N words keep trying to fuck it up. Shoot. So anyway, uh Southeast Dusty said fact. They also came to seek attention of men they didn't want in junior high. Isn't that all? Isn't that always what they say? Is like, oh, they're so upset because they got turned down in high school, and yeah, it just more BS. And I believe as black men should have the right to respond to anything. Just they say that we are a powerful group of men. We should be able to say what the fuck we want to say. I mean it, but I will add this: as long as it makes sense, as long as it makes sense. Doberman, the right wing is openly talking about whether or not Keisha should be allowed to deteriorate the country with their third world mentality. You may want to duck your hand in the sand. I mean, their head in the sand. They won't. Uh, KTL 211. The Southeast Dusty. Society coddles them so much that they have to manufacture drama so their lives will have meaning. Okay, let me drop this link and see if anyone wants to come up. I mean, and I will say that all the nice guys like um the nice guys, I will say the supposed nice guys like Michael B. Jordan is not when you finish, because the old adage at Dodge is nice guys finish last, is not when you finish, is how you finish is what's important and is what's key. So let me check something out real quick. Yeah, because I do believe that whether you want to call whatever you want to speak of on the rhetoric, I do believe that black men have a full right to defend our reputations that is being tarnished by outside groups and people within our group as well. Because a lot of people talk a lot of shit, including other black men, about black men, and I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. Yeah, I got 28 likes and I got 40 watching. So what's going on, guys? Seriously, likes are for free. Likes are for free. You know, some of y'all want to. I guess y'all just want to like certain videos so y'all can go to them. But hey, you know what? Like I said, it is for the algorithm. Clearly, Indigenous TV. Said Maury Mo, you got a strong SB history. You and Lotus Scalper knock that ish off and make some snow angels in Winter Wonderland. Lotus Scalper? Isn't Lotus Scalper one of the ones that's against this quote unquote SBE? Yeah, you know, cause he like, cause I used to see him in I used to see him in Ramil's chat quite a bit. I think kind of kind of going against this quote unquote SBE. But let me announce the sponsor for tonight's stream. The sponsor for tonight's stream is Greg. And Greg, whether you're watching or not at this point, I didn't announce this last night because I didn't see it. But thank you for your Cash App. He gave me a Cash App last night. Very, very generous of you, and it's cool shit, man. I do appreciate all the support this channel is getting. So cool shit. He said Lotus Scalper is a SB foot soldier. Yeah. So that's the sponsor for tonight's stream. So shit. Like shit, I dropped the link for anyone who wants to come up. Shoot, if you know nobody comes up, I'm just gonna assume that y'all like hearing me talk. Shit. So yeah, man. About this whole nice guy thing, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this out there. Um, no one's entitled to anything. You know, no one owes you anything for being nice. No one owes you anything for being a pookie. No one owes you anything. Like, I mean, in a perfect world, I mean, you know, everyone should get what they deserve, but only in a perfect world. And this is not a perfect world. And I do believe that we probably need to curb this worrying about where Michael B. Jordan is going to end up because, as a matter of fact, I'm just one of those guys that just believe that he's going to be okay. This guy is gonna be okay. At the end of the day, he's gonna be okay. You know, he's a guy that is he has wealth, he has fame, and he has success. So that dating pool is going to be immense. So he's not going to have a problem finding a date. But what I believe is, I don't know, maybe I should. I don't know if I should share this story or not, but I'll go ahead and talk about it. You know, at one point in my life, you know, when I was younger, over 10 years ago, I would say, hell, I met someone who I was sexually in tune with. Shoot, and I learned I learned a very tough lesson. I mean knocking it down 6 nights a week for several hours at a time. I mean, it was great shit. And I was always brought up to believe is that, you know, if you're able to have that good pound game and you would last for hours and hours and hours, then they will be satisfied with you. That you'll be able to that you'll be able to, you know, rope them in like that. And this is might have what happened with MBJ and Lori Harvey. You know, sensual potency will do that to you. You know, but you know, I made the mistake of trying to lock her down without taking her previous history into account. That the and look, you know, I'll go ahead and say this. And I'll go ahead and say this. The guy with this particular one, the guy she was with before was married. And then the guy she was with after me was married. And this guy was in his early 60s, the one after me. And it taught me a valuable lesson. It taught me a really valuable lesson. Like I said, this was over 10 years ago. This was before um, this was before I met my wife. This was before that. That you, no matter what you do, no matter how good you pound it, you cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. You can't do it. It's not possible. If for those guys out there that are watching, if you had managed to do that, then hey, you know what? Kudos. Kudos. Maybe it was the kind of person that I was at the time that did not allow this female to transition her life over completely to a commitment where it could have just been like this shit all the time, but that's what it was. I mean, same thing could have been for MBJ. Pound game every fucking night. Just through the early morning. I mean, he might have thought that he found somebody just because he was sexually in tune with that person, without taking the previous history into account. Not to say that, that there has to be a vetting process because uh, I'm 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 a I'm gonna tell you guys something, and this might sound a little strange to you guys, but here we go. Every person that you have been with, likely 99.9% of the time, was with someone else before they got to you. And a lot of those times, these people lie about that shit. They lie about it. So, so it's really no way to tell, no matter what they tell you, and I'm sure that some of you guys out there, where you've met someone that you have really liked, you probably weren't completely honest about your previous history with that person. And one thing I heard Michael B. Jordan did with Lori Harvey is he did something that he did not do very often. He bared his entire soul to this female right here, Future's ex, Diddy's son ex, did who would eventually become Diddy's ex, and whoever else ex she is. Yeah, and then from what I hear, she had quite the temper too. Wasn't she arrested at one point just because she lost her shit? Shoot. And I mean, like, I wasn't out. Is it was with this particular person I was with. I was trying to hook her in, and she even told me at one point that she wasn't ready for that kind of commitment, and and it did not mean anything. She was a few years younger than me. I mean, she wasn't that much younger. I think I was. I think I was like 32 and she was like 26, something like that, 27. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's just that we any kind of growing up that we do as men and coming to our own as men, a lot of us have had that lesson taught to us. A lot of us had that lesson, and whether whether we um is all about how we took that lesson and where did we run to with that lesson, because some of us, and I've never done this, some of us actually flip out. Go nuts. We be on the phone with the woman. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh my God, if you don't come back to me, I'm gonna kill myself. I've known a couple of guys that do that shit. That have done that shit. And I just kind of look at those guys like they kind of weird and crazy guys. Like you don't need to be telling these. I mean, you don't need to be telling these women that oh I'm gonna kill myself. Oh if you don't come back to me, blah blah blah. Because I mean, shit. What if she turn around and say, "Oh goodbye, nigga"? Shoot, some of these women out here are heartless. And a lot of them will like, okay, I've been hurt, so don't be a fucking child. I mean, shit, grow up. They'll tell you this shit. They'll tell you this shit. Grow the fuck up. Shit, how do we know that MBJ and Lori Harvey have a conversation like this? Although I did hear he was the one that did the breaking off. She wasn't ready for that commitment. He was like, nah, so well, it breaks my heart, but we gotta split. All right, Doberman. What is Doberman? I don't think MBJ is so stupid that he thought he can control her with his peen. The issue is he is fishing from a polluted well. This is the daughter of your typical dope boy. Oh yeah, Marjorie. Yeah, yeah, Marjorie Harvey. She was with a drug dealer, and that drug dealer was Lori Harvey's father. Holy shit. KTL 211 says B and BBH. My brother is dealing with the same thing. He has a nerdy B dub. He wants to marry her and have kids. She doesn't want that and left him to live by himself for months now. Uh, uh, this is gonna sound kind of cold, but try to talk to him and tell him that he has to move on with his life. Is she's gone, and it's probably for the best. And it's like let me tell you something, guys. And he once he moves on and just don't even look for don't even look just for someone else to lock down. Just date. Just date different ones. Shoot, he'll be better off for it. But that's got to be entirely up to him. Yeah. He said, "I hear you." He says she told him she was coming back. He won't listen to me though. Well, yeah. Well, it's totally up to him then. It's totally up to him. I hope he doesn't, end up with a deeper hurt at the end of all of it. Hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd Power says can't turn a 304 into a housewife. That insatiable appetite they have is usually their undoing. Also, women peak in sex drive in their late 30s. So Miss Lori Harvey's worst 304 behavior was coming. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, like uh she's still at a very prime age. Anthony Drosso says that's not cold, Kev. That's just honest. Soul Provider React said if Michael was a thuggo, he would be fine. Yeah, yeah. There might be some honesty to that. Oh, Toya is Oh yeah, I thought I saw Toya in here earlier. Shout out to Toya the tutor. Always good to see her. Always good. Sun is hot raw. They're all the same, nerdy or not. But don't sweat it. Move on and live life. Doberman says most of the dialogue around this topic is going to be speculative, so I don't bog down in conspiracy. This being said, other communities, it's not this hard for the MBJs. There is always excuses. Correct. I played this video a while back, and if I could find that video, I'll show it to you guys on a later broadcast. But this was a black female doctor that was explaining that, and I don't give much credence to a B dub is basically a B dub, because a lot of these girls will sit up here and say that, oh, I'm a therapist, I'm a psychologist, and be on the same bullshit that a lot of the lower tier Keishas will be on. But she was just saying that that other races are trained and raised and brought up to go after the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the more intelligent guys, and we as a people, we're taught to go after who's cool, who is more trendy. Yeah, and it's like, and if I could, like I said, if I could find that video, I'll show it to y'all. But she was correct. She said some real shit. And man said, Digits TV said, "How many hours do you think y'all think Sub Zero had the past few days? He's still streaming." Well, that is an indication that he probably could be trying to just build his audience for live streaming. Sub Zero, his channel is, I believe, at least 4 to 5 times the size of mine, but his audience size when he does a live is, uh, and I'm not knocking anybody for audience size, because you know, because everyone that live stream, they want a big audience. I'm telling you that right now. That's the truth. Don't let anyone fool you into believing otherwise. The people who say that audience size isn't important, that's the motherfucker who got a small audience. But yeah, I mean, shoot, I mean, I don't knock his hustle. He if he's doing this just to get his algorithm going and to get a bigger audience and to actually do something with this YouTube thing, then that's probably likely what he's doing. KTL 211 says, as Soul Provider reacts, Thuggos may be able to sleep with B Dubs easier than nerdy black men, but B Dubs give them hell too. Yeah, hung out with quite a few guys of questionable characters that have had some crazy ass biatches on their arm that will give them absolute hell. And then if it all ends, they likely have a baby by them, and they're always struggling in child support court, which I don't envy that shit at all. I was like, look, if you go through that shit, it's like it's better you than me. Like a lot of these dudes will get mad because a lot of these B dubs will go for those types, but you guys aren't really taking into consideration the ugly side of that. And the ugly side is that these women drive these dudes fucking insane. And a lot of this is the guy's fault too, because these guys will put them through a lot of BS as well. I mean, and I'm not one of these types that's discounting what the B Dub does on a general basis. This is why a lot of you got this is why a lot of you guys got the mentality that you have. And that's not letting them off the hook. I mean, I say Kevin Samuel stole Sub Zero's whole swag. Sub is the original suit ninja in this space. I mean, can it be both? Black Uru strikes. What's going on? Peace to the elder. He says Lori is addicted to being publicly lusted after. After she marries MBJ, the lusting is over. And then even think about this: if he marries her, it could end up in a divorce. I mean, shoot, and hopefully he would have had a prenup on deck. Indigenous TV. I don't actually find Lori Harvey physically attractive. Man, look, man, look. If she got them pheromones around you, man, you think you gonna turn that down? Pheromones or whatever. He said, don't know what it is, but she doesn't do it for me. I'll tell you what though, when she lost that weight like a couple weeks ago, like like when she lost all that weight, I was kind of thrown off by that. I felt as if Lori Harvey really had no weight to lose for real, for real. But then she came through with that female 4 pack or that 6 pack or whatever, and it was like although she is trying to keep herself up, which is good, and this is what a lot of you guys look for. You look for a female that wants to keep herself in shape because y'all put out that stat that what's the stat about 50 like 54% of B dubs are obese or whatever the stat is. I mean, I'm sure a couple of you know it. Um, just Lori Harvey is an exception to that rule. But me personally, I don't like them too skinny. I mean, see, I mean, say Melanie. I mean, say hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power is says Melanie King is more sexy. LOL. Uh, yeah, dudes be super simping in her chat. Hey, hey, what they be saying, man? What they be saying? She thick. Yeah, but she thick. Yeah, man. That man said, yeah, he said I like thick chocolate black women and Latinas. So she, well, me too. Toy down there, Toy down there got jokes. Yeah, I know, but Kev, she thick. Yeah, man. But how much more can be said about it? Oh yeah. B Dubs was clowning Lori Harvey. And that's another thing. That's another thing. Black folks, we gotta stop clowning other black people that lose weight. We gotta stop doing that shit. Especially these old Lizzo types. I know we was talking about Lizzo last night. They get mad with black women that lose weight. Shit, the B Dubs, they got mad when Adele lost weight. And Adele's white. Shoot, we got to stop saying this shit. We got to, like for real, for real. I've even myself had to take my own physical fitness into consideration. Like, I went to the gym today for the first time in a long time. I just rejoined the gym, and shit, like I tried to do the routine I used to do back in the day, and I almost didn't make it to this broadcast. Shoot, I like just a little bit longer because if some of y'all notice, like the start times on my broadcast change, it is because like I'll be trying to take a nap, so I'll be prepared and not too worn out by the time I get to these broadcasts, and it's just yeah, I know I'm gonna feel this one tomorrow. Man, I'm older too. Shit, like I tried to do my routine at the same intensity I used to do back in '05. And first of all, like I am not. nearly. I'm not lifting nearly as much weight as I used to, and it was just I was fucking exhausted when I got out of the gym. But I did discover a great new protein shake to make. Shit, like I've started to do something called casein protein. I used to do whey protein back in the day. I don't want to do soy protein because you know what they say about soy. uh, but I did chocolate casein protein and peanut butter powder. It makes a very good protein shake. It's like drinking a Reese's peanut butter cup. But enough about that. Yeah, Toy the Tutor said, "A black man being brutally honest, proud of you being intentional about your self care." Yeah, I gotta be at this age. I mean, shit, it's too many of us dying at early ages. I mean, I had two friends pass away in the past 2 3 years, and one of them was my age. He was like 20 days older than me, and the other one, grew up like he was my little brother. He was 36 when he passed away, and it's my belief, although I didn't have the heart to ask his mother what he passed away from, is my belief that he wasn't the most healthy guy. So it's sad thing for me, but I got a very young kid, and shoot, I got to be there for her. So I gotta take measures. I gotta take measures that are gonna be difficult. Yeah, I mean to highlight that, but I gotta take measures that are gonna be quite difficult, but is to my own benefit and the benefit of my family. So it has to be done, and I realized today when I went to the gym how difficult that's going to be, especially to be in a guy in my mid 40s trying to reactivate my body to, transform myself back into what I used to be. But I'm not going to give up. I can't give up. I have to transform this into a lifestyle. And my recommendation for you guys that aren't exactly on the exercise tip, at least start walking. At least go outside. Well, walk 20 minutes a day, 4 days a week, maybe 5 days a week. Your body will appreciate you for it. Yeah, son, it's all right. Yeah, I do understand my diet is very important as well. Cause yeah, it's like for real, physical fitness is like 80% inside of your head. It's 80% inside your head and 20%, everything else. If you don't have the mental wherewithal, you will not make it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Toya, I'm on that drinking water tip as well. Yeah, I do believe that drinking lots of water is key. If you're just a person that doesn't drink a lot of water, start making yourself do it. Start making yourself do it. Even if you don't like water, just drink it. Like put it in the fucking fridge or whatever you got to do. Drink spring water and alkaline water. Drink that. I wouldn't recommend the regular store brand because that's just water that basically comes out of a tap. I mean, Anthony Drosso said, I try to start each day with push ups, sit ups, and some kung fu. Kung fu. Man, that made me think of that line in Black Dynamite. Yeah, who's calling me interrupting my kung fu? Like, yeah, man. I mean, but seriously, man, like anybody who's on that martial, like I heard, like even like MMA training is it'll help extend your life. It'll help you extend your life and recapture some of your youth. But uh, however, catastrophic impact X83rd Power says 30 minutes a day walking makes a big difference for your cardiovascular health. Drink lots of water and cut out the sodas. Your internal organs function better with water. Absolutely. We as a people, we really need to take a serious visit to our health. You have to understand that. You have to understand that and stop telling people that they look sick every time they get healthy. It's ridiculous. Jamil Sword, what's going on? What's going on? He says, Kev, you are correct about MMA training. Exercises is the only real fountain of youth. Hmm, yeah, that's very interesting. Man, let me tell you something. I know dudes my age right now that are jacked up looking as fuck. It is like I'm not going to say that they can't possibly come back, but the way they look, my God, it will be like I said, I wouldn't want to look like some of them. I wouldn't want to look like some of the guys I see that are my age right now. I wouldn't want to look like that because I would give up hope. But I have a relatively good, strong body, so I believe that I can bounce back, and I could probably do it in a few months. Greg, what's going on? He said I do kettlebells every day except Sunday. Yeah, I got two 20-pound kettlebells. Yeah, that I need to start I used to do some things with them, but I need to take those more seriously too. Uh, yeah, but oh yeah. I don't know if you've heard what when I said this. Thank you for the Cash App. I didn't announce that last night. And you are the sponsor for tonight's stream. So there you go. Appreciate all your support, brother. So yeah, I mean, it's Southeast Dusty said, you mean I can't survive off Hennessy and five wings and mumbo sauce? I would say you can do that, but I mean, that shouldn't be the only thing that you do. That shouldn't be the only that shouldn't be the only thing that you do. So if that's all you're doing, you probably cannot survive. But I know you're being sarcastic. Um, Doberman says, Kev, one of the best hacks is to go low carb and low glycemic. Keto, no carb is unsustainable, but low carb and selecting for low glycemic load, no insulin spike is ideal. Very sustainable. I'll do some research. Um, Keto diet, I don't really know if I can keep that up, especially with this supposed upcoming food crisis that we're supposed to be having. So I'm very careful about signing up to a diet right now. So, but I am making efforts, like making sure that I cut out fast food and yeah, just period, just no fast food whatsoever. When I did when I got physically fit the first time, I went straight nuts with it. I cut out all fast food, all white bread, all sugary drinks. I would drink sweet tea every now and again because I just had this love affair with sweet tea, but I drank mostly water. And yeah, I was able to get in shape in a pretty reasonable amount of time. But I would definitely take what you said into consideration. Man said, Indigenous TV, I see dudes shaped like bars of soap, skinny, fat, built like Ewoks, looking hurt. Yeah, dudes be around looking like cereal boxes. They ain't never seen a leg day in their life. Toya says, Sweet tea be having me in a chokehold. Yeah, some good stuff. It's some good stuff. Southeast Dusty, I think you just gained a new topic for the weekend. What about physical fitness? Jamil Sore said all I hear from dudes is excuses as to why they can't get their fat ass in decent shape. You don't have to be an Adonis on juice to be in shape. No, you don't. You just have to make some. You just have to make some wise choices, and you have to you have to be disciplined with that shit. It's not something that it's not something that is too hard once you get used to it. Yeah, I barely do pork. Yeah, yeah. Indigenous TV, that is something I barely do. I mean, when I go visit with relatives and they have bacon for breakfast, I'll probably eat a couple pieces then, but I don't do the pork chops like I used to. Yeah, ham. Not even lunch meat. I don't even do ham for real. I mean, I rarely. I for real though. I actually rarely do pork. Or I rarely do pork, and I think this is why this is why I guess this is why I'm better off and I'm not having any more health problems. I really don't have, like, the only real health problem I have is that none really. Knock on wood. Raven Knight, what's going on? You say it's almost midnight and you have the nerve to bring up food at this time of night. Uh, yeah, Southeast Dusty said, yes, I discovered your stream while doing Tybo during the lockdown. Oh, okay. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you also gave me that Obama black meme. He's KTL 211 said Mike Tyson spoke about discipline. He said it's doing something you hate as if it's something you love. It's a great point. Great point. And man said, shout out to Billy Blanks and SYSBM Forerunner. Raven Knight, oh, long live, brother. Long live. Yeah, yeah, but let me get back. Let me get back to the topic. I really don't know. Let me see. I think I've been on like an hour and a half. My timer, for some reason, is not showing up in StreamYard. I try to keep some of these streams as limited as possible. Uh, you know, I, yeah. Oh, it gained a sub. So whoever that was, thank you for helping me get in this algorithm a little bit more. But it's for guys like MBJ. Um, he dated this girl for over a year, so there are going to be some feelings. There's going to be some feelings. And he dated, I believe, a woman who I believe has a bunch of sensual potency. I would say, is I don't, I don't, I don't think that she dated the way she's dated for nothing. I believe that she may have somewhat of a reputation because that community, that famous people community, is what I believe a separate community from the community that we all reside in. So word gets around that community just like word gets around our community as well. So I do believe she does have somewhat of a reputation, and she might have some of that snapper as well. And MBJ probably thought with his stature in Hollywood and in society that he might be the one for her. And while it worked out for a little while, MBJ learned a lesson that I learned, uh, over a decade ago, is that no matter how good the sex is, uh, it's not going to be enough to keep her around. And definitely, he should have taken this into strong consideration. You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. You can't do it. It's not possible. And I mean, and if you did for some reason try to do such, more power to you, but it's probably not going to have a good outcome at the end of the day. And I believe that eventually MBJ will realize that he dodged a bullet. He probably kept himself from turning into into a Will Smith type, into Will Smith 2.0, because I mean, although I believe that Lori Harvey is a few steps up from Jada Pinkett when she was that age, it could have been very well one of those situations. Shit, and I don't know anything. I can't predict the future. I don't have a crystal ball, but Lori Harvey could be end up turning into a Tracy Ellis Ross 2.0. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I'm looking for. It's not, and if it does happen, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be around and say, "Well, you know what? That's what she get for fucking it up with Michael B. Jordan." Nah, I ain't gonna be that guy. I ain't gonna be that guy. But light up the bomb one. I did intend to say that during this shift. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Hoes don't act right. Hoes on a mission, hoes on a crack pipe. Hey ho, how you doing? Where you been? Probably doing hoe stuff, cause there you ho again. Man, Ludacris made a classic with that. Toya said Michael B. The B stands for Bullet Dodger Jordan. Princessa, what's going on? Good to see you. And KTL211 said his biggest mistake was probably falling in love with her too soon. He was probably more into her than she was into him. Possibility. Yeah. Probably said, "I love you." And she was like, "Oh my God. Oh shit. This is getting too serious." That's another lesson I had to learn. Tell them when you love them too quick. Shoot. Don't do that. Yeah. Yeah. The possibility is that, yeah, he might have just dodged a bullet. And he'll probably be thanking his lucky stars later on, because let me tell you something. Time tells on us all. It truly does. Time tells on us all. Shoot. Like if you feel like that you are some nice guy that is losing right now, you might win later on. It's just saying, it just takes some patience. It and at the end of the day, the key thing that we all need to learn, I had to learn this, and some of y'all may still need to learn this, but the people that I see in my chat, every time I do this, is you guys are reasonably smart. And you, like I say, you may have some great advice to give me. Shit. I mean, one thing that we all have to learn is to focus on ourselves. Focus on ourselves, because in the long run, if we focus on ourselves, we'll be better off for it. Michael B. Jordan, that's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take for him to, to get through all of this. Is to more focus on himself, because it's just like his Hollywood career. isn't done by a long shot. It isn't. And from what I understand, Lori Harvey wants to get into acting. I mean, Lori Harvey, she might be one of them type. They end up in like a Tyler Perry movie or some shit like that. But I mean, unless she can get connected somehow through Steve Harvey himself, I mean, she could be shit. Could be, but let's see. So Hybrid said I learned about Killer Instinct from the one on Nintendo 64. Killer Instinct Gold. Wasn't Killer Instinct Gold like Killer Instinct 2, but on Nintendo 64? Because the original Killer Instinct came out on the Super Nintendo. But think I do remember actually when I owned the Nintendo 64, I owned that game right there. Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. I think so. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it said Raven Knight, Killer Instinct, you Nintendo boys, haha babies. Man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you a little brief history, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. Let's see. Hmm. I started out on Atari. Then I transitioned to like, yeah, this is showing my age right here. I had Atari 2600. That was my first game system. Then I transitioned to the Nintendo Entertainment System. I quickly transitioned to the Super Nintendo, and then I went from Super Nintendo to Nintendo 64. I got greased, like humiliated on Tekken for the PlayStation. Tekken 3. Yeah, I was humiliated by a group of guys that we was burning some of that good wood, but like cuz I had previously played Tekken 2 on uh uh PlayStation, the first PlayStation. When one of my friends brought his PlayStation over to my crib. Yeah, and I was pretty good at it, so I thought I was gonna be able to put them hands on these guys, and they destroyed me. So what I did was I took my Nintendo 64 and all my games. I took it to EB Games, which is now GameStop. I traded in all that shit and got me a PlayStation with Tekken 3. And then I went back, I practiced and I practiced. And I went back and I got revenge. And I've been a PlayStation man ever since. So, Indigenous, I was never a Sega guy. I hated Sega. Because, I was on, like, because Sega used to advertise this thing called blast processing, and for some reason everybody thought that the Sega Genesis could move faster than the Super Nintendo because Sega Genesis had Sonic, and blast processing was no more than a programming hack. And I knew this because the Super Nintendo had better graphics anyway. But I'm getting too far off topic. Princess of Goodwood, yeah, that was code for marijuana. Yeah, that was code. That was code for marijuana. So, uh, Greg says I'm partial to the Xbox. Yeah, I play people on Xbox too, but I just think the controller's too bulky. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. Shout out to Greg. Thank you for the cash app. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. Princessa says, "Oh, I'm sheltered. Don't pick on me too bad." LOL. It's all good. It's all good. But let me go ahead and just go ahead and just do this. Look, at the end of the day, Michael B. Jordan is gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. Lori Harvey, she's gonna be okay too. She's gonna be okay too. At the end of the day, I think in the long run, Michael B. Jordan will be better off. That's just all there is to it. The sky's the limit for that young man. Whoever he ends up with, that is that the it, whoever he ends up with, or who he doesn't end up with, he's still going to be. He's still going to have a very successful Hollywood career. He still is. He's already well in. He's already 10 toes down in something that Lori Harvey is going to be a part, like wants to be a part of. You know, as far as Lori Harvey, it seems like that her claim to fame is being some, just some flavor of the month for some guy, some you know, for famous guys, and you know, she can do whatever she wants to do, but it just doesn't seem like that's a really good look for her. But oh well, if she's satisfied with being that way, then so be it. She does what she wants to do, and she damn well has her freedom to do that as well. But yeah, at the end of the day, the irony of this is that Steve Harvey would want you to simp for someone like that. And I mean, like, whether it's his stepdaughter or some ordinary 304, shit, Steve Harvey promotes simping for that. Now, tell yourselves the truth, guys. A lot of you would simp for Lori Harvey. And it's not something that I want you guys to you gotta admit or anything like that that's that's watching in the clouds or whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. Lori Harvey is not ugly. She isn't. She's in pretty good shape. She's a beautiful woman, and there's always gonna be some guy out there that's gonna simp for her, and that's just the reality. So, just good luck to the both of them. Things ended up how they ended it up. I'm one that if either one of them is hurt by the breakup, it happened, and shoot, they'll be just fine. And shoot, is whatever from here. So Michael B. Jordan, I'm looking forward to seeing Creed 3. Lori Harvey, um, probably hear about somebody she's dating here in the next month or so. But anyway, thank you all for coming out. Man Cold TV, what's going on? Man Cold TV. KTL211 says, she's cute, but like my mama used to say, everything that glitters ain't gold. Um, yeah, my mother used to say that too. God rest her soul. So, anyway, thank you all for making the chat interesting once again and allowing me, or, me allowing myself, because, I got to be honest with y'all. Even if y'all weren't here, I probably would have went on the air anyway. Uh, but thank you guys for helping me make the most of these broadcasts, and you guys really are motivating me to continue to do this as well. And it's and I gotta say this. One of the great things about doing this is you guys' participation, and also being a habitual line stepper. Yeah, along with the Roger Report, Sister George, Darth Skater 7. Hopefully, you guys will get to know him in the future. His content really doesn't touch on these type of things, but he's more into tech and into gaming. So, if you're into those kind of things, then definitely check him out. I'm probably going to start putting more of his stuff in my community tab. And of course, YAS4W, Donnie, who you see in this chat ever so often. So, yeah, so just definitely thank you guys for making this all possible for me. And I will see you guys next time. So remember, you guys, don't try to turn a hoe into a housewife because you definitely can't. uh, yeah. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. I'm gonna win, and we're gonna win. Till the next time.